Hi, my name is Pam Block. I'll include links to like a brief introductory video to me. I'll include links to a recent publication and to a longer presentation on my research interests. I am very interested in the interaction of assistive technology with human support. So this is relevant for the work that I've collaborated on with Deva Kasnitz related to communication, like speech impairment or communication barriers for disabled people, and the interface of human support and technology for that. And my most central research focus right now is looking at the experience of children and youth with complex medical conditions that require complex technologies such as mechanical ventilation and 24/7 human support in order to ensure survival. And what happens to this group of people as they age from out of the pediatric category into adulthood, and what is available to them. So this is an issue that hits me very personally, because in around 2012, I began collaborating with a group of people at my previous university for what we called the Venture Think Tank, VENT, V-E-N-T for ventilator, looking at policy and technology innovation for people who use mechanical ventilation. And that was an interdisciplinary group of researchers, including engineers and clinicians, rehab professionals, and social scientists like me, as well as community members that care greatly about the issue. And we've had several publications and ran some workshops and conferences, etc. But one of the people who was a vent user who was very active on the team passed away in 2017. And that led me to really focus in his honor more specifically on this issue of the kinds of supports that are actually available to vent users, especially as they age into adulthood. And this research is based in the US. I've moved to Canada in 2019, but I'm continuing on this research track, and the data that I've collected, the interviews I've done, etc., are all in the US right now. You know, what we're talking about here is a group of people who didn't used to be able to survive into adulthood, right? This is a cross-disability group of people, young people, who have very complex conditions, maybe conditions that medical science doesn't really understand fully. But they've gotten so much better with the technological supports and the medical interventions, allowing the children to survive who didn't used to be able to survive. And now suddenly there are people in their 20s and 30s, etc., trying to make their way in the world as adults. And making that medical transition is one whole issue, but also making the social transition. And the policy supports for this group are simply lacking, just disastrously lacking. So, you know, this is a situation where the technologies are doing a great job, right? They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, you know, at least in theory, keeping people alive, keeping people safe. But the human supports and the policy supports are missing. So the options that are available to many people are not great, right? So for some people, they might be moving from a pediatric residential, like children's hospital, to a geriatric nursing home, because there just isn't anything else out there that can allow them to be supported in the community and engage in meaningful community-based activities. So that's really what I'm looking at. And it's been a sort of a slow processing project. I've only just started writing. I've been presenting for about a year, and I really do look forward to talking more about this.